Summary of Interviewology, The New Science of Interviewing, written by Papalia. Chapter 1. Life is an unpredictable journey, often weaving through unexpected challenges and surprising opportunities. At the age of 15, I found myself caught in the tumultuous whirlwind of an abusive household, compelled to flee in search of safety and stability. My refuge came in the form of my grandfather, a beacon of unwavering support. This narrative unfolds the chapters of my life, marked by resilience, pivotal interviews, and the continuous pursuit of personal growth, escaping abuse and finding sanctuary. At 15, escaping an abusive stepfather became a necessity, a daunting decision that led me to the doorstep of my grandfather's home. His love and understanding became my sanctuary, offering me a haven from the storm of violence that had plagued my early years. As I grappled with the scars of my past, a job at a gas station's sandwich counter provided not only financial support but also a glimmer of hope for a more stable future. Tragedy strikes, the collapse and aftermath. Just when life seemed to be stabilizing, tragedy struck with a cruel blow. Returning home from school, I discovered my grandfather collapsed in the foyer, the victim of a massive stroke. The damage to his brain was irreversible, rendering him incapable of walking or speaking. The man who had shielded me from the world's cruelties was now in need of my support, and I found myself navigating the complexities of caretaking. Alone and grappling with grief, I faced the harsh reality of life without my grandfather's unwavering presence. Homelessness and rebuilding. In a heart-wrenching turn of events, my aunt insisted that I return to my mother and stepfather's house, an environment synonymous with pain and fear. Refusing to subject myself to further abuse, I found myself expelled from my grandparents' home. Armed with nothing but a trash bag containing my belongings, I stood at the precipice of homelessness. Yet, fortune smiled upon me as I sought refuge at my understanding boss's door, her open arms providing solace in a time of despair. A new job at a larger convenience store and a shared apartment above it marked the beginning of my journey towards rebuilding, balancing high school, work, and the dream of college. Amidst the turmoil, I held steadfast to my dream of attending college. Despite the challenges of balancing high school, a demanding job at a sandwich counter, and the responsibilities of paying rent, I persevered. The goal was clear: college represented not only an escape from the confines of a small town but a chance to start anew, leaving behind the specter of abuse and the limitations of my past. The interview that changed everything: University of Pennsylvania. The path to college materialized in the form of an application to the University of Pennsylvania. The admissions process included a crucial interview, where I bared my soul, not seeking sympathy but aiming to convey the depth of my determination and resourcefulness. The dean, acknowledging the resilience born of my experiences, offered me a spot on the spot. This interview proved to be the linchpin, altering the trajectory of my life and ushering in a new chapter of possibilities. Working in restaurants, lessons beyond service. Transitioning to college life, I found employment in the service industry, waiting tables in restaurants owned by the renowned Steven Starr. Beyond the financial support, this experience imparted invaluable life skills: multitasking, selling, and, most significantly, understanding people. Every table became an opportunity for a psychological experiment, a chance to adapt, connect, and receive real-time feedback. Little did I know, these skills honed in the service industry would play a pivotal role in shaping my future career. The second interview that shaped my perspective. Entering the corporate world, my initial foray into human resources felt mundane, drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks. However, a serendipitous shift occurred when I was tasked with phone screening candidates. The realization that interviewing mirrored therapeutic conversations ignited a newfound passion. The parallels between understanding candidates and psychological exploration fueled my enthusiasm, setting the stage for a career pivot. From contingency to in-house recruiting, unveiling biases. Moving into contingency recruiting, I faced the challenges of filling roles quickly, often compromising on candidate quality. Joining an insurance brokerage post-divestiture marked a turning point, as I became instrumental in shaping the company's identity through strategic hiring. However, an emerging awareness of biases in the recruitment process prompted a re-evaluation of my methods. The prevailing biases, favoring professionalism and likability, came to the forefront as I acknowledged my role in perpetuating them. Discovering personal biases and transformative realizations. Years of recruiting exposed me to various hiring styles, each reflecting unique criteria and preferences. My own biases, favoring candidates who mirrored my past experiences in high-pressure environments, came to light. The realization that my preferences shaped the recruitment process led to a transformative realization, the need for a more inclusive approach. As I confronted my biases, I embarked on a journey of redefining my role as a recruiter. Epiphany and transition. A decade into corporate HR, a critical juncture prompted a re-evaluation of my career path. Recognizing my affinity for recruiting over paperwork, I transitioned to in-house recruitment. Working for a growing company, I became a crucial part of shaping its identity through strategic hiring. However, the evolving awareness of biases and the necessity for a more inclusive approach led to a profound epiphany. The realization that successful candidates were not confined to predetermined molds challenged my traditional approach. Conclusion. My journey, marked by hardship, resilience, and transformative interviews, serves as a testament to the power of determination and adaptability. From escaping abuse to facing homelessness and navigating the complexities of the corporate world, each challenge paved the way for personal growth. The lessons learned from unconventional paths, biases confronted, and the continuous evolution in the recruitment process underscore the importance of embracing transformation. As I continue to navigate the dynamic world of recruiting, I carry with me the wisdom gained from a life lived outside conventional boundaries, recognizing the potential of every interview to shape not only a candidate's destiny but also the culture and success of an entire organization. Chapter 2. In the spring of 2011, I made a life-altering decision. I left my secure corporate job to venture into the uncertain world of consulting. This choice wasn't driven by the promise of financial abundance, but rather by a compelling desire to enhance the interview process. Little did I know that this leap of faith would lead me on a transformative journey of self-discovery and a profound understanding of the intricacies of human interaction in professional settings. My consulting journey began unexpectedly with Temple University as my first client. The dean, familiar with my background in recruiting interns from their esteemed risk management program, approached me to revamp their professional development program and teach interview skills. It was an exciting but daunting task, requiring me to create a comprehensive course from scratch. Armed with insights gained during years of corporate recruiting, I set out to design a 3-hour interactive interview skills workshop. The challenge lay in the lack of resources available for teaching interview skills. Outdated handouts from the 1980s were my starting point, and I realized there was a gap in comprehensive, accessible interview guidance. This realization fueled my determination to create a handbook covering everything from attire to confident body language and essential questions to prepare for. For the next 5 years, I dedicated myself to supporting over 600 students and 200 private clients annually. I conducted 3 interview skills classes a week, offering in-person resume reviews and recorded mock interviews. My expertise extended beyond the university, as I consulted with corporations on recruiting operations and coached numerous hiring managers. It was a period akin to earning a PhD in interviewing. My clients, ranging from seasoned executive vice presidents to college freshmen with limited work experience, shared a common thread: the struggle with interviews. Whether it was nervousness, discomfort talking about themselves, or a general dislike for interviews, they all sought improvement with the hope of changing their lives through job opportunities. Yet, amidst the success stories, I encountered a persistent challenge. Some clients, despite earnest efforts, struggled to grasp the essentials of effective interviewing. It puzzled me, leading to introspective questions about my teaching methods and their learning styles. In September 2016, during a family celebration, Aunt Linda, a seasoned teacher, became the catalyst for a crucial revelation. As we sat on the porch, discussing my teaching experiences, I confessed my struggles in reaching some students. Linda proposed a profound question: what if the barrier wasn't the content but the delivery method? She introduced me to the concept of learning styles, suggesting that varying approaches might be necessary to resonate with different individuals. Linda's insight ignited a new perspective within me. She sent me files on learning and teaching styles, and I delved into Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences theory, introduced in his 1983 book, Frames of Mind, The Theory of Multiple Intelligences. This theory proposed 8 types of intelligence, emphasizing that individuals learn differently based on their unique strengths. I couldn't shake the idea, what if the same principle applied to interviews? What if the struggles my clients faced weren't due to a lack of effort, but a mismatch in their preferred interview styles and my teaching approach? Armed with this newfound understanding, I pondered my clients' diversity. Who were they in interviews, and how did that differ from my own experiences? How did their unique qualities affect the advice they needed? I realized that a one-size-fits-all approach might not be effective in the realm of interviews. My career, now spanning 6 years, had already seen significant accomplishments. I had reshaped organizations, transformed hiring processes, and guided countless individuals towards career success. Yet, a nagging dissatisfaction lingered. I wanted to do more, help more people. The birth of my first child in 2015 shifted my priorities and softened my perspective. Parenthood opened my eyes to the uniqueness of individuals, fostering a deeper acceptance of diverse approaches. As a recruiter, I had relied on quick judgments based on interview styles, the quiet type, the sleazy type. It was a simplistic approach that I carried into my coaching career. However, as a coach, I delved deeper into understanding my clients. I abandoned preconceived notions and listened to their stories. They shared personal reasons for their interview styles, privacy concerns, discomfort with scripted preparation, and a desire for authenticity. It was a revelation. The way they approached interviews wasn't necessarily wrong, it was simply different. In our society, a pervasive assumption exists that there's a standard way to approach interviews. As a career coach, I encountered this belief repeatedly, with clients feeling pressured to conform to an imaginary standard. Simultaneously, when coaching hiring managers on evaluating candidates, I witnessed their frustration when candidates didn't align with perceived norms. This revelation led to a critical question: what if there isn't just one way to excel in an interview? What if, similar to the multiple intelligences theory, there are multiple interview styles, each valid in its own right? What if the ambiguity and misunderstandings in interviews stem from a mismatch in expectations rather than a lack of qualifications? Empowered by my background in psychology, recruiting, coaching, and teaching, I sought permission to collect data and conduct research. My goal was to explore the existence of diverse interview styles and develop a more scientific approach to guide both job seekers and hiring managers. As I embarked on this journey, my passion for improving the interview process took on a new dimension. The narrative captures a transformative odyssey, from a corporate recruiter to a consultant striving to bridge the gap between varied interview styles, ultimately aiming to make the process more inclusive, objective, and effective.